Hey there, YouTube. Now that I've moved my hentai off my desktop and I've unmuted my microphone, I can quickly record this scuffed video hours before it's necessary. It's currently 5:28 p.m. March 31st. This video is going up shortly after midnight, so in like 6.5 hours, 6 hours and 35 minutes. For April Fool's Day. Haha, April Fools, I'm not actually retiring from streaming or shiny hunting or anything along those lines. If you follow me on Twitter or on my Discord, you would know that I announced I'm done streaming. I'm not. Who would have guessed it was an April Fool's joke? If you're not following me on Twitter or on my Discord, you should do those things. But anyway, if you were to go onto my Twitch right now, what you would see is autonomous shiny hunting done by RaviBot version 2. Excuse me. And this is a Python script I made that's going to be automatically shiny hunting for me. The goal is to leave the stream running until it gets a shiny. So we'll see how long that's going to be. But I wanted to quickly go over, because I'm not going to have the chance to do this after this, how the bot works. First and foremost, I can't use my PC while the bot is doing its thing. So that's not super fun, and that's why we're doing this video now. So there are other bots out there. I actually started working on this a good while ago. Anybody on my Discord knows February 20th I was talking about working on a Python project. This is what it was. There are other Python bots out there. I looked up these first to see if I could just use one of these for the April Fool's Day joke, because I had the idea of making a bot or using a bot to automatically shiny hunt Pokemon for me for a long time, and I thought it would be a funny April Fool's Day joke, so I wanted to look into it ahead of time. So I looked into these, could not wrap my head around how they worked, right? And the only alternative is that there are... I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of. But there's things you can buy that you plug into a USB port on your Switch, and it automatically does shiny Pokemon for you in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I didn't want that either. I'm not looking to spend any money. So, I logically decided, well, if I can't wrap my head around these Python bots, why don't I just try to fully learn Python and make a Python bot? I would not say I fully learned Python. What I would say is that within 24 hours of starting to try Python, I had a version of a bot that was absolute trash. That was version 1, so I threw it away. And now, I have RaviOko version 2 that is a mess, but works. So if we quickly look at RaviBot's code, open with this. So if we quickly look through this, this is RaviBot's code, okay? So the way it works, first and foremost, this is the map I made. I know my webcam is a little bit in the way, but you can still see it here at the bottom. The DS buttons, because we are going to be hunting for Porygon and Pokemon Heart Gold in the game corner. Something just fell. The DS buttons mapped to a keyboard key, every single one of them. My phone just went off. I'm going to mute that. This video is a mess, but I thought about doing a big scripted thing, and I decided I didn't really feel like it. So the way that works, it works with a combination of automatic mouse clicks and keystrokes. Pretty much my mouse and keyboard is being controlled by your RaviBot, and it does everything for me. So, for example, it clicks these coordinates on my main monitor, which is somewhere around up here, to ensure that it's clicked into the emulator, and then it just starts pressing buttons. It presses the Q, E, B, and M keys at the same time, which correlate to LR start and select. It then waits for Game Freak Presents, presses A to skip the intro, waits for the title screen, presses A to get through the title screen, etc., etc. This was all done by trial and error through me. So anybody who does know how to work with Python immediately knows this is a mess, because I could easily consolidate every single press of the A button into a function, and then all I need to do is type, like, press A, and it does that. It doesn't need to be 4 lines of code every single time. This could be consolidated to one thing of 4 lines of code down at the bottom that I'm just calling over and over. So if I ever make RaviBot version 2.1, that will be cleaned up, but I'll get into that later. So it does a lot of that until we get all the way down here. and right here is where things change. So from here, it goes to the party menu, it goes to the summary screen, it checks the first Porygon, or it highlights the first Porygon, and then it checks it. So then the mouse jumps to somewhere around here, where if you're on the summary menu for a shiny Pokemon, there is a red star. If it is a normal Pokemon, there is nothing there. So it moves the mouse to where that red star would be. It checks if it is red. If it is red, it's like it plays a noise. It's like, oh my god, we got the shiny. It updates the counter, and then it's done. Okay. If it's not a shiny, it moves over to an instance of P counter that has to be somewhere around here. It updates the count by 1, moves back to the emulator, scrolls to the next Porygon, and it does that 5 times. If it goes through all of that, and it's not, there's no shinies, none of the 5 were a shiny Porygon, it goes back to the top, re-clicks into the emulator, does another soft reset, does it all over again. Okay, there was a jump cut there, because the game bugged, and that had nothing to do with the bot. So, what I was saying, Visual Studio Code is going to stay on the left side of the screen during the stream, because I like chat to be able to see the terminal. It's part of the stream overlay, and it just says what the bot is doing. An emulator running Pokemon Heart Gold needs to be in the upper right corner of my monitor, and an instance of P counter with a Porygon hunt open and ready to go needs to be right there next to it. And essentially, the way the bot works, if we run it, it automatically moves the cursor over to the emulator window, it clicks into it, it waits for this, because you can only press A so soon, presses A. You can see on the terminal on the left side of the screen exactly what and when things are being pressed. If this was a human being doing it, this could definitely be faster. Like, I know I could go through these menus faster than this, but my main things were, one, it was trial and error because the inputs need to be as fast as possible while not being so fast that, like, the game doesn't register them. Two, for some reason, I can use the mouse and click on the bottom screen of the emulator, but when I try to get the bot to do that, it wasn't registering the clicks. So it goes down to a Porygon, nothing, clicks into P counter, ups the counter, goes back, and it just cycles through all 5. And it's going to do that over and over and over and over. And then it resets, and it's just going to do that over and over. Now, if I stop the code, and I'm going to, I believe this cheat code will work. It'll force the Porygon to be shiny. If I let it run now, this time around, you have to kind of pay attention to the mouse, because you see the mouse jumping all over. This is why I can't use my computer while this is going. My mouse jumps all over the place. This is fully just running a mouse and keyboard script, and that's it. It needs to be configured for whatever shiny I ever want to do. But what should happen now is that it should once again buy all 5. But if the action replay code works the way I'm hoping it does, I know it works for wild Pokemon. I'm assuming this Porygon I'm buying will count. It will be shiny, the red star will be detected, the bot will play a noise, and then the code will just stop. Nothing will continue. There we go. So then it says, checking with shiny, shiny obtained, updating count. Whereas if you look up here, checking with shiny, it'll say not a shiny, updating count, and then keep going. So now the counter ends at 6. After 6 seen Porygon, we obtain a shiny, and then the code just ends. But what happened once this happens is that I will just have to periodically be checking the stream to see if it's just sitting on a shiny. And if it is, I come up and I stop the stream. And then I save the game, transfer the save file back to my actual Heart Gold, and then, oh my god, I have a shiny Porygon. And it should be that simple. Now, I've only tested to see if it detects this with the action replay code. I have never just let the bot run until it gets an actual shiny before. That is going to be the stream. And I'm a little terrified that it's not going to work in action like that. I think it will. It should. There's no reason it shouldn't. but I'm terrified it won't. Regardless, some finishing notes here. First of all, if you are interested in a public release of RaviBot, I can try. I would like to try to get a public release out there. But we will see how possible that is. Maybe nobody's interested in RaviBot. Maybe this is neat for 5 minutes and then nobody ever cares again. I'm still proud of myself that I got this working in like less than a full 24 hours of having never worked with Python to this. So I'm pretty happy with that. Like I mentioned, if you are at all interested in just watching this bot do its thing, feel free to go to the Twitch link down in the description. And depending on when you watch this video, the bot will still be running. I really hope it doesn't run for that long, but it might be. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to give a like and comment. I'd really appreciate it because I did work really hard on this and I'm actually super proud of myself. So if you want to just tell me I did a good job, I'd appreciate it. But otherwise, happy April Fool's Day, and you have a fantastic rest of your day. Don't fall for anything too crazy. Bye!